guys, today I have a very special video. Once again, and if you've been here for a while, you've known that this time of the year, it's always that special time when I make one or more illustrations to Ajudares, which is a Portuguese association that helps families in need. And to raise money for that cause, they make these lovely books. This is just one of them that over the years I helped illustrate. This in fact was the first illustration I made for this project. And since then, I've been doing it every year, and this year could be no different. So I'm happy to show you the latest illustration that I made for Ajudares. So the technique I want to use for this illustration is once again gel plate printing. I did it for my last two illustrations for Ajudares last year and I loved it. So it's been a while since I haven't played with my gel plate again, and I'm gonna do it right now with this illustration. I made some sketches in my old agenda / sketchbook of what I wanted to draw. Of course, first I read the story, and let me tell you once again, a brilliant one. So this story is about a group of aliens from several planets that go to school together and are making a field trip to planet Earth. So I decided to go with the school bus shaped space shuttle approaching our planet. Let me show you some of the previous sketches I made. And I was quite happy with this one, so I went for it. I cut a paper to the size of my gel plate and I sketched on it to later become a stencil. So you can see me cutting the stars, cutting the space shuttle to use these shapes as stencils on my gel plate. This is a similar process to what I used in the other two illustrations I did last year, and I showed you here on my channel. I'll link the videos on the description if you want to see them. So I placed my stencil on my gel plate and started adding the color white. I painted the stars with it and the lights on the space shuttle. I removed my stencil carefully because this is quite a thin paper and not very sturdy one. retouched some of the stars. They weren't looking so good. And there you go, that's how it is looking right now. Then I removed some parts of my stencil again to add some other colors to the plate. To cut my shapes, I either used a little scissors or an X-Acto knife, depending on the size of the thing that I wanted to cut. And there you see me adding the green on planet Earth. Removing the stencil. That's how it looks. This is quite a magical process. I love gel plate printing. Then I cut the larger area around the green, which is the brown. Then I place my stencil on the gel plate again and paint the brown. That's how it looks like. Then I cut again around those areas in a round shape to paint the whole planet. And now it's with the blue. I'm gonna need to use a stencil again, and it was a bit destroyed, so I have to glue some tape on top of it to make it sturdy and cut around it again. And then I'm gonna use it to block out my planet, you know, to add color to its negative space. Meanwhile, I left the stencil a little bit longer than I should in my gel plate, so the paint already dried and peeled off a little bit as I removed the stencil, but that's an easy fix, no biggie. And I can always retouch it later. So I added some other stencils because now I'm gonna use the darker tone of blue for the space itself and some of the details on the space shuttle. And let me tell you, I love this blue, but I don't know why it turns up looking like black in the end. I think it's because later I'm gonna add a yellow coat all over it. So maybe I shouldn't have done that to get the blue. But once again, I can fix it later. It's all about trusting the process. Here you see me adding the yellow, and I'm laying it all over my plate because I want this layer to fuse all the other acrylic paints together to be as one in the end, you know. So I'm gonna press it down real good and leave it to dry, and I think I left it overnight, but of course you don't need that much time, but it was late in the evening, so I left it till the next morning with some heavy stuff on top of it to make some pressure. And now you see me peeling off my print. You see how the dark blue looks just like black? That wasn't my intention, although it's not hateful. I mean, it's okay, but maybe I'll lighten it a little bit later. Now I'm adding oil pastels to this illustration because, as you know, these paints are acrylic, so there's not a lot of materials that go on top of it. I could use acrylic again, but for the main thing, I'm just trying to do something with my oil oil pastels, I'm sorry. I never used oil pastels on top of acrylics, so I don't know how they perform, but I'm liking it so far. I'm testing as I go because I like these experiences, you know. Just let your creativity go with the flow. I'm looking for a handmade effect because this illustration is mainly for children, and I always want to pass the message that you can do anything, you know. In art, everything is possible. That's no right or wrong. You can use your imagination and just mix up all the materials. They're peeling off because the acrylics are very plasticky, but nevertheless, I like the effect I'm getting. As I told you, I wanted to clear the sky a little bit, to lighten it up a little bit, because it was black. I didn't want it to look that black, but I gotta be careful as I smudge the oil pastel because it comes off easily. But that also means that if I make a mistake, I can take it off, you know, I can get it off, which seems to be a very forgiving way to work. I kind of appreciate that, you know, it takes off the pressure. I'm liking that. And as I told you earlier, just trust the process. If you don't like it in the end, you'll keep on working with it and you'll get it somewhere you like it, you know. Just trust the process and trust yourself. There's no way I'm gonna make it look bad in the end. I hope. Just be around cheerleader, you know. Sometimes you need to cheer ourselves up. If you don't believe in yourself, who will, you know? You gotta be your first cheerleader. Yes, I like this yellow. Oh, this wasn't supposed to be yellow. I made that mistake. And I made another mistake that I didn't tell you yet. I forgot that when you're gel printing, you'll invert the image. So the planet doesn't look like this. It's inverted, you know. This is supposed to be America's continent, Africa, Europe, and it's all the way around. I have to scan this. I was going to scan this anyway because I have to send it to Ajudares in a digital form. But when I do, I'll invert the image so it will look correct. So what was I saying before? Oh yeah, this part wasn't supposed to be yellow. Was supposed to be resembling a silver color. I didn't want to go with a metallic color because that usually doesn't work well with the scanner. So I'm going for a light gray. And I forgot to add that layer when I was doing the stenciling and adding the colors. So I have to do that now. Maybe this light is too light. This light silver, not silver, gray. It's a little bit light, but I'll add it as a first layer. Let me see if I can layer the oil pastels. I don't think I can do that much on top of the acrylic because it's already kind of slippery, you know. So it's not very suitable for layering. It's kind of difficult to work with, so I'm not enjoying that part too much. But I like the effect in the end, you know, this grungy effect. I like it. So that's my first layer of gray. And now I'll use this one. It's a little bit darker than my previous one. Oh, there you go. It layers. I thought it would just peel off the other layer underneath it. Well, it does a little bit, but I can layer it because these Van Gogh pastels are smooth, you know, so they can blend together and layer on top of each other. They glue to each other quite well. Yeah, it's working, guys. It's not easy to work with this, but it's working. I gotta be very careful. And I'm sorry, I think I'm bumping in the camera. I've been trying to film for you guys, you know, in this position from the top. It's not easy. I guess I don't have the right equipment. So I've been trying to improvise some things here in my studio. But they're always about the same height as my head, so my head bumps it a lot while I'm filming. I'm sorry. I'll try and avoid that, but sometimes I just forget about it and it happens. I'm sorry. It's not easy to film your process of art making because when you're doing art, your mind is totally immersed in it, or it should be anyway. But when you're filming at the same time, your mind is all over the place, you know? You're thinking about the lighting, if it might be okay or not, the sounds, the exterior sounds and noises. And today is a very hot day, so I have to keep my windows open to feel a breeze in here. So you can hear the birds, the dogs, the cars, the wind, you know, everything at once. I'm sorry if you don't like that, but that's the only way I can do stuff around here now. Okay, I'm gonna reinforce this black. This black from InArt, it's quite good. The other colors are not as creamy as the Van Goghs, so I've been using the Van Goghs first to layer it a little bit better on top of the acrylic paint. But for these black details, this one is perfect because this one is soft and it's very dark, very opaque. I love it. Yeah, it's good. Now I might reinforce the white. Let me see how this white performs. No, not very good. Yeah, the Van Gogh one, it's better. I might look for my Caran d'Aches. Just wait a second. The Caran d'Aches are even softer and better pigmented, so I'm guessing I'll have a better result. Okay, here I have my new pastel ones from Caran d'Ache. Now I have the Van Gogh underneath, so I'm afraid I might peel it off. Oh, but these are great. These Caran d'Ache ones are really great. They're going on top of it perfectly, cleaning and softening the back layer. They're just amazing. They're a lot more expensive though, so they should be amazing. And they are. They really deliver, you know, what they're supposed to deliver. Yeah, perfect. Maybe I'll touch this with oil pastels as well. I have these. Oh no, this one is better. This color is better. But it's quite transparent. Oh, but it works. Can you see? I discussed this yellow that was in the middle there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Okay, done. Now some more stars. I want to use the yellow, maybe this yellow. Oh, it doesn't work. Well, it works a little bit. Oh, a little bit too much. And it's also a little bit dirty, which I don't mind. I like to have a lot of colors blending together. That's why I don't clean them. Otherwise I could clean them, you know. I just would have to grab a piece of paper and do this until all of the other color came off. Yeah, much better. But I don't mind when it's not super clean. Some more stars around here, everywhere, you know. Just far away stars in our galaxy. Checking out all the details once more to see if I want to add something more. Maybe a little purple to the sky. Maybe I don't like it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do. And it doesn't work because I'm getting the other layer off. Okay, of course. I should have known that, right? I should have seen that coming. Okay, it's all right. I'll fix it. As I told you, there's no way I'm letting this guy look bad in the end. In the middle, it's all process, you know. Everything goes. Maybe a little bit more stars. Whoops, this one is too bright. Once again, I will lighten it. Okay. Well, I decided to add some little details in here because I think some 3D effect wouldn't hurt. This is a metallic pastel, so I hope it doesn't look bad in the scanner. You know, sometimes the metallics reflect too much light in the scanner, so it disturbs the scanning process and affects the colors, you know. See how smooth they are? They go perfectly on top of the acrylics and other layers of pastel. I want a darker yellow, so I go for this ochre. I think this is an ochre one, maybe it's an orange one. Yeah, I need something a little bit more ochre, maybe this one. It doesn't layer too well, so some of the pigments, I guess, are drier than the others, so they don't stick so well on top of each other. I made a lot of tests with these babies when I got them, and I never refer to them anymore. If you want to see it, I have a video on that. I'll link it on the description as well. And I should go check it out right now myself, but I just want to get this done. You know, do as I say, not as I do. I need a bright yellow now. Oh, this is too transparent. Of course, I have the Caran d'Aches. I always forget. These two lemony. Let's see this one. Yeah, that's it. The ochre. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, much better. This just adds a little bit of detail, you know, a little bit of shadowing or something like that to make it look more 3D. A darker gray. Let me see if this one goes on top of this. No, it's removing. Okay. It's removing the previous one. Yeah, doesn't work. Okay, so maybe, oh my god, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of black. Do you think it's a dumb idea? Probably. Let's see. You'll never know until you try. Now we're done. Let's see how it looks. You like it? I like it. Yeah, I'm happy. So I'm gonna scan this now, sign it. I hope I don't forget to flip it. And then we're ready to send it to Ajudares. Yes. So that's it for today. I hope you liked it. And if you do, as always, I ask you to give me some support and click like, subscribe to my channel, share this video with all your friends, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss my other videos, because soon I'll be posting some more for you and I hope you come along. So stay tuned for that, and until then, bye bye!